to tell you a story of when my uncle took me and my cousin on a bike trip. It was like a 2-day bicycle trip where we were in Florida, and we were going through places that was really tropical, and there was no people besides us. It was just nature, and it was kind of scary at times. And I want to tell you this interesting story. So we began our journey, and one of the first things to happen after some time of riding our bike through the woods and through like Everglade type of atmosphere was we was in a pretty wide path, and I went up ahead of us, and I remember I stopped because I seen it was a wild boar, this big old wild boar, and he started kicking his foot back like he was trying to run at me and get me, and it really scared me, and I just yelled, and I yelled, "Deer!" And it wasn't a deer, it was a wild boar. I remember that, and I knew what a wild boar was after that. So, another thing that had happened this week, we was going through woods and stuff, and sometimes I bicycle right through a spider web, and I don't like spiders at all. And so, that really did not set well with me. But we stayed the night in the woods, we pitched a tent the first night, and I remember how scared I was, and I heard all these sounds from these animals and insects, and I was just, but I kind of felt safe because of my uncle. And I trusted my uncle, and I knew that he was real strong and not scared of anything, so it kind of gave me some safety so I could get some sleep because I was exhausted from bicycling all day. Well, there towards the next day, we started our journey, and we were several miles from finishing our trip and being somewhere where we could, use the facilities or see other people or anything like that. So we had backpacks, and we had water and a little bit of food. Well, we had already ate our food, and so we ran out of water, and we still had several miles to go. And so we came upon an orange grove. In Florida, they grow all kinds of oranges. Like oranges? And oranges have a vitamin in it. Do you know what vitamin is the richest vitamin in the oranges? C, yes, vitamin C, yes. And the vitamin C gives you energy, and then the orange will give you the water you need for hydration, because fruits are mostly made out of water, right? And so, anyway, the orange grove was across the canal. There was a big canal, and with the water going through, and there was a long pipe, probably about this big. And there was I remember there was 2 areas of the pipe where there was a big metal thing that my uncle had to climb over. So he had to climb across this pipe and to get to the orange grove and to throw over some oranges to us so we could have enough hydration to make it to the rest of the trip. We might not make it. Maybe he would have. Maybe me and my cousin would have. We were exhausted and we were dehydrated. We needed this to make the trip. And he knew it. And so, thank God for providing us right there to that orange grove. And so, guess what was in the canal? Alligators. And when I tell you there was alligators in the canal, I don't mean like 1 or 2 alligators. I think it was more like 50. Now, I can maybe say that it was about 20. But there had to be at least 20 alligators right there in that area where he had to cross on this pipe. And he's walking this pipe. So one slip, and he is gator food. So he's literally risking his life to give us the oranges that we needed to have dehydrated to make it through the rest of the trip. So I kind of look back on that story. Well, let me tell you this first, because those were the best oranges, the best fruit, the best tasting thing about ever tasted in my life. It was so good. I think about how good the food will be in heaven to have me something like that. But I wanted to say that, okay, so we had, now we had hydration, and we enjoyed those oranges. My uncle told us some stories as we were eating them. It was awesome. So I think back on that night, I think about how that could relate to Jesus. And, my uncle, he risked his life to get us what we needed, those oranges to finish the trip, to make it back to civilization and have water to drink and food to eat and all we need, right? Well, what did Christ do? He did something way bigger than that. He gave his life, and all that went into that, about all he suffered and went through for us, so he could give us what we need. When he resurrected and went to the Father, he gave us an outpouring of the Holy Spirit to those who believe, right? And it's kind of like the vitamin C, the orange, the Holy Spirit. We need it to endure till the end. We need it to be faithful. And so he gives us that. And so that was my little idea to share that story with you. And I hope you enjoyed it. So you can be dismissed.